So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10 of our F1 Manager Season 2 here on the channel. Now, it's very exciting this episode because we finally got an upgrade. We have got a new underfloor on the car. Let me just show you what that means. So in the warehouse, we can go to the underfloor and look at what an impressive upgrade that has been. It's increased. This is obviously showing compared to the old one, so it's 3 times better at top speed. It's a little bit better at acceleration. It's better at high-speed cornering. And our car now at high-speed cornering is not too bad at all. So 13th best on the grid. We'll take that at this moment in time. If you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that in Montreal. Again, very close to the points. Hauger in P12 looked at one point like we might score some points. Didn't quite get there. Fittipaldi didn't have the best race. He finished down in P19. It was a good race for Oscar Piastri, who won from Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc, the top 3 separated by under 7/10 of a second. If we have a look what that means for the standings, it means that McLaren are leading from Red Bull, Ferrari in P3 and Aston Martin in P4. We are yet to score a point. Driver standings wise, Lando Norris is leading, but Max Verstappen is very close behind, 4 points behind the British driver. Piastri in P3 and Leclerc in P4. All this top 4 certainly in the fight at this moment in time. We do head to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, the Spanish Grand Prix. 66 laps around here. Could be a very interesting race indeed because we have got rain on Sunday. We can see car attributes, high speed cornering, very important. Remember, we're quite good at that now. We're also very good at accelerating as well. Expect a strategy. Take this with a pinch of salt because of course there will be intermediate tyres. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, now we're starting to improve the car a little bit. We're going to focus very much on research for next season as well. But let's see what Hauger and Fittipaldi can do in Spain. I'll get through practice and I'll see you in qualifying. Final laps then in Q2, and Hauger needs a strong lap. He got blocked on his first run. He goes across the line, goes provisional P10 ahead of his teammate Fittipaldi. Crossing the line, what can he do here? Fittipaldi stays P12. He will be taking a grid penalty for a new ERS system on Sunday. As we fast forward on, we would expect George Russell to finish ahead of Hauger. Will he possibly do that? It doesn't look like he will. Sonoda, no. We are going to have a car in PQ3, and that is Hauger. Fittipaldi out in 12th position. One and only flying lap then in Q3 for Hauger. Where can he put this Lotus? He goes, and it's only good enough for P10. It wasn't a good lap at all from Hauger. Not managed to perform in Q3, and to be fair, I didn't think you were going to get any higher than P10. But as we fast forward to the end, it is going to be Max Verstappen on pole position. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri P2 and 3. Sainz in P4. It's Red Bull and McLaren on the front 2 rows. Hauger's down in P10. Fittipaldi will probably be around P17. But let's have a look for the strategy on a very wet Sunday in Barcelona. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, the rain is going to hit around lap 25. We reckon the mediums will just about get there if we look after them properly. We were flirting with going for the hards, but we reckon that's 4 seconds slower, so we're not going to do that. So it's going to be medium, inters medium for both cars. It was a 10-place grid penalty, so 21st for Fittipaldi and 10th for Hauger. But let's see what we can do. Rain in Catalunya. Is it going to provide some shocks? Let's hope so.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. Amidst the noise and fanfare of the occasion, a crucial moment now to concentrate.
Starting P10 puts them in the right place to get some points, but there's still a lot to do.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And that was a very quick turn off of lights. And he must be said, Hauger looks like he's had a decent start. He's looking to attack Lawson, and my word, has he managed to do so. As we go to the helicopter camera, lovely work from Hauger. He's up into P9 now. Interestingly, Verstappen on the soft compounder tyres. We've got a lot of cars on the mediums as well as the hard. So it's a very, very broad selection of strategies in this Grand Prix. And straight away, Hauger looking down the inside of the Aston Martin, and what a move that is on Pierre Gasly. We enjoyed that one. Hauger is up into P8, and it looks like he's been pushed wide. Fittipaldi's already swearing on the radio. He's not a happy chappy at all. Let's have a little look at what happened there. We're not going to get to see that. Hauger at the moment is still in P8. He's looking very, very nice in behind Valtteri Bottas. Fittipaldi just going to start sitting in now in P20 behind the Williams of Esteban Ocon. Fittipaldi starting to get some move done, and this was a very nice move on Frederick Vesti. Lovely work down the inside, got the traction, and that is great work from Fittipaldi, who is now up into P19, trying to catch up to Esteban Ocon. In fact, he's already done that. Hauger is just trying to stay in touch with Stroll and Bottas in front of him. He's got to use a little bit of ERS, because he's dropped out of the DRS of Stroll, and that is not ideal at all, especially when he's got a very quick Aston Martin behind him, but Aston Martin not managing to catch him up just yet as the two in front are fighting away. Liam Lawson has just got Hauger. Now have a look at this, because I thought Lawson had played a blinder here. He got DRS wide open. We were looking to try and get alongside Gasly, but didn't quite manage it, and Lawson round the outside on his former team got the job done. Great work, as he should get the job done in a Ferrari, it must be said. Now Hauger is very much under pressure from Daniel Ricciardo. He's on the soft compound tyre just behind. We're just going to give him a little bit of ERS here just to defend from this RB. We can see in front Gasly and Lawson going at it at this moment in time on lap 6. And it must be said, Lawson's looking very, very quick at this moment in time. Hauger now catching up to the back of Pierre Gasly. Verstappen is still leading, 74% soft compound tyres, but Norris is looking very strong in P2. Hauger, again, DRS wide open. This will help him nicely. Fittipaldi is having a shocking time at this moment. Here is Zhou Guanyu in the Toyota Haas, and as you can see, he gets the DRS, and that is not a very, very quick Toyota, but it shows the difference. Hauger fighting for the points paying position. Zhou Guanyu getting past Fittipaldi very, very comfortably, overtaken by a Toyota. We've all been there on the M1 and the M25. Meanwhile, Hauger still just about, and I mean just about, staying in touch with Liam Lawson. He's going to have to put his foot to the pedal to the metal here, because he's going to have to try and stay in that DRS. He can't lose DRS of Lawson, and it's looking like he might have done so. Now this could be very, very crucial indeed, because he's just outside DRS as he crosses that detection point, and this could be crucial, because now he's got to try and defend from Daniel Ricciardo, and he's trying to catch up with Pierre Gasly in front of him. We can see Daniel Ricciardo coming at a rate of knots. Hauger goes defensive and defends it beautifully, but Ricciardo does try it around the outside. He goes a little off track there. Hauger, it's tough racing, but fair racing. It's great work from him. He defends that position, but how costly could that have been? And losing DRS was the worst thing he could have done, because Daniel Ricciardo on the next lap certainly took the chance. You can see Hauger tried to defend, but then he saw Mercedes coming around his outside, had to defend that as well. He just about did, and the Mercedes very fortunate not to make contact there. He did try to come back at him, as you can see. Ricciardo using all his experience there. Danny Rick, he'll be smiling about that one. But now we're just starting to monitor the tyres once again. We're looking after our tyres beautifully here in these Lotus cars. Fittipaldi's made an overtake. That's happy days. We can see Gasly and Lawson now pulling away a little bit, but let's have a look at Fittipaldi overtaking Zhou Guanyu. What happens here then? Down the start finish straight, you can see into turn 1. That's a good move as well. Lovely from Fittipaldi. That Team Lotus car is looking very, very nice around Catalonia this afternoon, but Hauger should now be able to stick with Ricciardo. Now, he could stick with Ricciardo, but I didn't expect George Russell to come and attack as well, and George Russell got the DRS. Hauger looked like he got it defended beautifully, but Russell kept his nose in and got past Hauger. And that's not all he's managed to do, George Russell, because George Russell's now past Daniel Ricciardo, and once again, Hauger is behind Daniel Ricciardo. So Russell and Bottas now working as a pair. We expect that Hauger should get a move done down this next straight. Let's have a little look at this as we go to the onboard camera. Let's have a look what Hauger can do here. He's got the DRS wide open, looks to pull to the inside. Ricciardo covers him off. Will he manage to get the move done here? We now can see that he's passed. Beautiful work from Hauger down the start finish straight. He's still looking after these tyres beautifully at the moment. P11, but the tyres are looking good. Fittipaldi still fighting with Zhou Guanyu. I mean, this is just not working at all for for Fittipaldi. It is lap 11, so we'll have a full rundown. We've got Norris and Piastri side by side through sector 2, through the chicane. Lovely work from Lando Norris, who's now back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Piastri in P2, Verstappen in P3, Leclerc further 4 seconds back in P4. Then comes Sainz and Stroll, Lawson P7, Gasly P8, Russell in P9, Bottas P10. Hauger still not managing to keep up with the pack in front. And we've now got a crash on circuit, and you better guess who's in it, because Fittipaldi and Zhou Guanyu. What happens here? Let's just have a look. He gets very, very tight. It's just a clash of tyres, I think. And to be fair, Zhou Guanyu manages to hold on to that very well, despite the expletives that's coming out of his mouth. Fittipaldi then, has he got any damage? He hasn't. It looks like there's no damage on the car, so that's fine. Hauger, P12 still behind Daniel Ricciardo, still looking after the tyres beautifully. At this moment in time, we're waiting to see when this rain is coming. As we go to the data view, sorry, not the data view, the track details, we're not expecting rain as of yet. So another at least 10, 15, 20 minutes until rain starts to come, as we see Hauger going for a move on Daniel Ricciardo and gets that move done beautifully into turn 1. His tyres now are looking better than I would argue anyone's in the top 10 apart from Pierre Gasly's. And these guys at the front may really start to struggle with tyre wear. We have got cars in the pit lane, medium and soft compound tyre runners coming into the pits. How crucial could this be as Fittipaldi goes for a move on Alexander Albon and gets the move done up to P17. Remember, we aren't pitting until the rain comes, and there's already cars pitting now. Will we get this strategy right today? Let me know down in the comments if you think we're on the right track here. But Daniel Ricciardo's tyres are dead and buried, and he's now dropping away from Hauger. Hauger's now running his own race at this moment. How many cars in front of us are going to pit? Is it worth pitting for 10 laps? Let me know what you do down in the comments. But P11 and P17, this could get spicy. And just as we said that, into the pits comes not one, but 2 McLarens, both on medium compounder tyres, and both coming into the pits, and they are going to double stack. What on earth is going on at McLaren? That is going to cost Lando Norris a lot of time as Liam Lawson comes into the pits. Liam Lawson was, I believe, on the medium tyres. He was. Everyone pitting apart from us. We have got cars pitting everywhere at this moment, and Fittipaldi is about to become a crucial part of this race for this Team Lotus team, because he's got Liam Lawson behind him. He's got a lot of people who were fighting with his teammate Hauger, who is now behind Oscar Piastri. He's just let him go. Verstappen, my word, Hauger, he's in a little bit of bother here when he's got all these cars around him. We are waiting to see when this rain is going to come. We're keeping a keen eye on it. It's not coming yet. We're expecting it in around 10-15 laps time. We're going until the rain period. What could happen here as now Lawson manages to get past Fittipaldi? I was hoping Fittipaldi might hold him up a bit. Sargent might. Let's have a little look at this overtake on Lawson on Fittipaldi. Let's see what happens here. In comes Liam Lawson just down the inside. I'm guessing we can see Fittipaldi tries to cover it off, but Liam Lawson doing very, very well in that Ferrari, getting past. But it's all eyes on Hauger today, as he's now behind Verstappen and Norris as well. And he should get a little helping of DRS here as well, hopefully. You would try to see, but he might have already got out of DRS range. It's a tough race for Hauger at the moment, but at the moment he's racing Lawson, who is, what, 15-20 seconds back? This might work for us. Lap 24, and the rain is still not coming. We are doing a rain dance on the pit wall here, looking at every possible way to get this rain here. But at the moment, it's just about to start raining. There's a couple of cars just pit, but where, oh where is this going to leave us? We are so disappointed with how late this rain has come. Maybe we needed a better weather centre, but the heavy rain is going to come very, very shortly. Lap 25, Hauger's just about keeping these tyres intact. We could not physically wait any longer, and Hauger has had to come into the pits on lap 31. We are expecting an absolute downpour in a minute, and my word, the tyres were cooked. We could not physically wait any longer. We are just going to tell Fittipaldi to get in on this lap as well. But into the pits comes Hauger. The tyres are dead. The strategy hasn't worked. The weather centre hasn't quite come to our rescue here. But both Lotus cars are in to the pits, and Hauger's going to have to take good care of these intermediates on this outlap. It's still a little bit bit too dry for them at the moment, but Hauger is in on this lap. Fittipaldi as well comes out. They are going to come out towards the back of the grid, but we are expecting a downpour very, very shortly. The track has turned to damp, but my word, that was possibly one of the worst strategies we've done in a long, long time. Hauger now in P17. A lot of cars coming in at the front. The two-stop was the way to go. Our weather centre said that that rain was coming around 5 or 10 laps earlier. It didn't quite turn out that way, and now both our cars have got to get our tyres back in check. So very disappointing, but as most cars of pit will now have a full rundown. It's Norris in P1, Verstappen P2, then Piastri and Sainz P3 and 4, Leclerc in P5, the two Astons of Gasly and Stroll in 6th and 7th, Russell P8, Lawson in P9 and Bottas in P10, but we're just trying to get these tyre temps back under control. Right, we're going to show you some more overtaking action, and we've been watching these two all afternoon, but Fittipaldi overtaking Zhou Guanyu. Now, this final pit stop is going to be absolutely crucial if we're going to salvage something from this race. Mega from Enzo Fittipaldi. Is it mega when you're fighting for P20? Let me know what you think down in the comments, but Hauger is now trying to get these tyre temps, but look at everybody's intermediates around us. They're starting to die off. We're looking after these quite nicely. We're still not completely out of this race, and we're definitely in the fight towards the end. Definitely for sort of P14, 15. Could it have been points? Quite possibly so. Did we have the pace to keep up with Ferraris and Aston Martins? Probably not, but Hauger down in P17, still fighting for his race bonus from the sponsors, as is Fittipaldi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 11-12 laps to go, but my word, this weather centre of ours is absolutely useless because we're expecting the track to dry out a couple of moments ago. It's not. You can see the sun's now out. We've had cars pitting for second sets of inters. We've had some cars staying out long. We've had all sorts of different things happening here. It is very, very dynamic, but one thing is for sure. It needs to be soft compound tyres to the end, and we're looking for that pit stop very shortly. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, Fittipaldi is the first one into the box because these intermediate tyres of his could not hold out any longer. Hauger, he's just conserving his last bit of fuel. He's probably coming in on the optimal lap at this moment, as Ocon has just developed a technical fault. Onto the soft compound tyres goes Fittipaldi. Now, by the time he gets back out on circuit, that track should be near enough dry, so Fittipaldi might get a decent couple of final sectors in this Lotus at the moment. Hauger's going to be coming in this lap. Fittipaldi out onto the circuit. Will be slow for the first sector, but sector 2 and 3 should be good. Hauger has been in for his stop just as he got to dry compound tyres. Now this is the moment for Hauger. He is going to be on full attack mode on this outlap, giving it everything he's possibly got to try and make up time. Both Lotuses were into the pits. Let's see where they come out. Everyone has pit, so we're back alive on lap 60. Norris is leading from Piastri now. He's in P2, Verstappen in P3, Leclerc in P4. Then comes Sainz, Gasly, Stroll, Russell and Lawson. Hauger did make up some time in those stops. He's now up into P15 trying to chase down Perez in front of him. We are just conserving on the fuel because we've had to do that as well. But both Lotus cars didn't have a bad time of that at all. Fittipaldi is 19 seconds behind Sargent. He's had a shocking day, but Hauger in P15 looking pretty comfortable. We've got around 5 laps to go, and if we have a look at the leader, all the cars from P11 are 1 lap down. Final lap of the Grand Prix then. We're going to come to the Ocon and Hauger battle in a little moment, but we can see Lando Norris rounding the final sector. It's been a very, very decent Grand Prix for him. He's going to win the Spanish Grand Prix in that McLaren. He's been superb all day long, and Lando Norris picks up a comfortable win. It's a McLaren 1-2, but it's all eyes on Hauger. If he could possibly get back up to the back of Esteban Ocon, could he possibly get in DRS? I think he got close, but not quite close enough as he comes around this sector. Did he get DRS? He didn't, unfortunately. So Hauger, pushing as he may, he's not going to get P16 today unless he gets one hell of a run to the line. And have a little look at this. He might do, you know, as we ride on board with Hauger through this final sector. Can he keep himself in DRS range and possibly get a run to the line as he comes around the final corner? There is Ocon, there is Hauger. He's going to get DRS as he tries to pull to the inside. Ocon is P15 and Hauger's P16. Fittipaldi P19. My word, we need a new weather radar.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
Win number 5 is in the bag. They pulled out all the stops, pushing hard to earn that victory.
5 wins for Lando Norris. Great work from him. Another 1-2 for McLaren. And when to say that they did a double stack, that is quite an impressive result. Lando from Piastri, Verstappen in P3, Charles Leclerc, fastest lap of the Grand Prix and P4, Sainz, Gasly, Stroll, Russell gained 3 positions to P8, Lawson P9 and Bottas in P10. We have to go all the way down to 16th to find Hauger, who had a disappointing day, and Fittipaldi in P19. Just the one DNF, and that was Alexander Albon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the driver standings. Lando Norris extends his lead now to 14 points from Verstappen, with Piastri and Leclerc still giving chase. We can see Hauger is still 16th and 17th for Fittipaldi. Constructor standings wise, McLaren are still top there from 384 points now. That is 90 something points ahead of Red Bull, Ferrari in P3 and Aston Martin in P4. We still have 3 teams yet to score a point, and unfortunately our Lotus F1 team is one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know about the strategy there. I admit that was not our finest moment. We were doing a rain dance. We expected rain when it did not come. So disappointing, but we will go again in Austria. It's a sprint weekend. It's a circuit that I do particularly like, and hopefully we can pick up some points there. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Ta-ra.